Sometimes the best adventures aren't the ones you plan for months. They're the ones hiding just a couple hours from home. When the Village's RV Club planned a weekend in Moss Landing, we expected a relaxing getaway, a little photography, some good food, and time with friends. What we didn't expect was how many memorable moments would fit into just 3 days.
From having an entire stretch of coastline all to ourselves, to discovering an unforgettable little cafe, to celebrating Father's Day with our boys in one of Monterey's most iconic restaurants, this ordinary weekend quietly became one we'll remember for a very long time.
One of the things we've grown to love about RV travel isn't just discovering new places. It's the people you get to share them with. This weekend, we joined about 10 members of the Village's RV Club at the Moss Landing KOA Express.
It's a small campground, nothing fancy, but comfortable, peaceful, and perfectly located for exploring the Monterey coastline. By Thursday evening, everyone had arrived, and before long, we gathered for our traditional potluck dinner.
Oh yeah, I can smell the bacon.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, so we're headed over to the potluck.
We are.
Hi. If you've ever traveled with an RV club, you already know. Potlucks are about bringing your favorite dish and sharing great food. But they're really about something more. They're about conversation, sharing stories, laughing about previous trips, and making plans for tomorrow.
It's amazing how quickly members, old and new, become part of your family when you travel together. By the time the evening was over, Tim met another photographer who shares much of the same interest in photography. It's always amazing when we meet like-minded people when we're traveling in a group. The next day, we were looking forward to keeping the family vibe going. Friday would bring something extra special.
The next morning brought another adventure, this time into Monterey. We met our sons David and Andrew for an early Father's Day celebration. The first thing we did when we met up with them was get some ice cream at Ghirardelli, of course. We did a little walking around and some shopping at the treasure hunt. Mostly, we just spent some time together, which is not always easy to schedule. As our kids get older, these moments somehow become even more meaningful. Time together begins to feel like the greatest gift.
That evening, they surprised us with dinner at the Sardine Factory. Neither of us had eaten there before, and it absolutely lived up to its reputation. Every course was outstanding.
All right. Cheers, all.
Cheers. Father's Day. Wonderful Son's Day.
But dinner wasn't actually the biggest surprise. Our boys asked the sommelier, Dave, if there was any chance we could see the wine cellar downstairs. To our surprise, he smiled and simply said, "Come with me."
As we walked downstairs, it felt less like entering a wine cellar and more like stepping into an old European castle. Stone walls, iron gates, so many small caves housing a fine collection of remarkable wines. In the center sat a magnificent dining table where private dinners are occasionally held. It was breathtaking. Then, Dave told us something that stopped me in my tracks. Sitting quietly among the collection was a bottle of 1973 Chateau Montelena Chardonnay.
If you've ever watched the movie Bottle Shock, you'll understand why this was so exciting. That wine became famous after helping California defeat some of France's greatest wines during the legendary Judgment of Paris in 1976. This event changed the world's perception of California wine forever. Standing there, seeing that very bottle was something we never expected. It was such a fun surprise. Tim and I both love wine, and especially the fascinating stories behind it.
4 o'clock comes awfully early, especially after great food and wine while on vacation. But sunrise waits for no one. As we drove south along the Cabrillo Highway, the sky slowly began to brighten, and we arrived at Soberanes Point just as the first light reached the horizon.
One of the first things we noticed was the silence. No crowds, no tour buses, no photographers lined up shoulder to shoulder. Just the sound of waves crashing below us and the cool morning breeze drifting in from the Pacific. These are the mornings we live for and cherish.
Good morning. We're up here at Soberanes Point and getting some photography this morning. Got up pretty early, but it's kind of what you need to do to beat the crowds, because pretty soon this whole place is going to be packed. But got some wonderful photos this morning. Lily ran around and got some great photos of the flowers that are around here. And here I can show you. But look at the flowers and the landscape. It's just beautiful. And the clouds today, look at that. The clouds are gorgeous. What a beautiful, beautiful spot. Just such a beautiful part of California. Photography has taught us something over the years. You can't rush beauty. Sometimes the best thing you can do is simply slow down, observe, and let the compositions unfold in front of you.
The light changes, the tide changes, and even your perspective changes. Every few steps, we found another composition waiting to be discovered.
I spent quite a bit of time photographing the surf as it exploded against the rocks below. Using a 6-stop neutral density filter allowed me to slow the shutter speed enough to soften the water while still capturing all the power of the waves. Every wave created something completely different, and no two photographs were ever the same. Okay, that's a wrap. Head back to the RV, get some more coffee, and yeah, we'll see you then. Eventually, our stomachs reminded us that photography isn't the only thing in life. The only problem, we had no cell service, no Google, no Yelp, no idea where we were going to eat. So we did what travelers have done for generations. We just kept driving.
A few miles later, we spotted Andrew Malera State Park and decided to stop. We needed a restroom break and figured maybe the ranger would know of somewhere nearby. Thankfully, she pointed us about a mile down the road to a little place called Ripplewood Café. We're certainly glad she did.
Places like this are becoming harder and harder to find. Nothing flashy, no long wait, just friendly people serving really good food. Lily ordered the carnitas tacos, and I could not resist the bacon cheeseburger. After a successful morning of photography, it tasted absolutely perfect.
Before heading back, Tim wandered down the highway with his camera for a few minutes. It's funny, you never really know where you'll find an interesting photograph. Sometimes it's a famous overlook. Sometimes it simply was growing beside the road.
Back at the RV, a short nap sounded like an excellent idea. Vacation isn't supposed to be a race. Sometimes slowing down is the best part of the adventure. Later that afternoon, we wandered around Moss Landing. The fishing boats gently rocked in the marina, and there was a well-known sea otter that hung out around the docks, completely unconcerned with us as we watched and took pictures. The giant smokestack stood high above everything else. This is one of the area's most recognizable landmarks. It was a slow and peaceful afternoon, and we loved it.
Sunday arrived much sooner than we expected. Before long, we were packing everything away, adding another sticker to the back of the RV, and pointing the RV toward home. We're going to go. Oh, yeah, it's hard to leave, isn't it?
Yeah, we had such a great time.
We did.
And the photos yesterday at Soberanes Point were just unbelievably beautiful. That place, nice.
And seriously, getting up early in the morning, it is worth it.
Oh, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Getting out there at 5, worth it.
Rather than 11.
Yeah.
You do lose sleep, but then you can take a nap.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, everyone. We're going to head home, and glad you could come along.
Yep. Goodbye from the KOA
in Moss Landing.
That's right.
All right. See you.
I've been thinking about this trip ever since. Nothing went wrong. There weren't any huge bucket list adventures. Just quiet mornings. Good friends. Beautiful light. Unexpected discoveries. Wonderful food. Time with family. And somehow those simple moments came together to create one unforgettable weekend.
One of the important lessons we've been learning lately is that you don't always have to travel across the country or around the world to find something meaningful. Sometimes all it takes is just saying yes to a weekend away.
Thank you so much for coming along with us. If you've ever had a simple trip that turned into something far more memorable than you expected, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep connecting. We'll see you on the next Fillpot adventure.